There's a crazy leak going around about a potential Daima movie, and I'm not even gonna lie, when I first saw it, it sounded insane. But by the end of this video, I'm gonna break it all down for you and tell you straight up whether this is legit or just another case of the Dragon Ball fandom going wild with misinformation, which happens a lot more than people think. So let's start with what the leak actually claims. According to this leak, a Daima movie is currently in production, and the first thing that stands out is that it's supposedly going to be fully CGI.
There's no way, there's no way, there's no way. Say you swear to God. Say you swear to God. Put that on Allah. Say, put that on Allah. Say wallahi, bro. Say wallahi.
Now, the reasoning behind this actually sounds believable on paper. The claim is that the two D-animation teams are currently busy working on the Dragon Ball Super remake and the Moro arc adaptation, so instead of overloading them, the CGI team is handling this movie instead. And I'll be honest, that part alone is what made people start believing this leak. Because it sounds logical. It sounds like something Toei could actually do. On top of that, the leak says that Nakatsuru is returning as the character designer, just like in the Daima anime, which again adds another layer of this might actually be real to it. But then we get into the story, and this is where things start getting very interesting. The movie is supposedly set just a few days after Goma's defeat. Goku is out here training in Super Saiyan 4, fully comfortable with the form, while Vegeta is still struggling and clearly frustrated that he hasn't achieved it yet. That alone already feels like something fans would love to see. Vegeta chasing SSJ4 while Goku has already mastered it. Then suddenly Glorio shows up and drops a massive reveal. Apparently, Goku's final attack against Goma, the one that pierced through the three realms, caused unintended consequences. That attack didn't just defeat the villain, it awakened something ancient. And this is where the main villain comes in. Instead of a traditional character, the leak describes the villain as a mist-like entity, a parasite that can possess other beings. And instantly, you can see why people started comparing this to a mix between Baby and Janemba. It's got that possession concept from Baby, but the chaotic, otherworldly nature of Janemba. So Goku and Vegeta head to the demon realm to track this entity down, but they fail. They can't find it. They can't contain it, and the situation keeps getting worse. At this point, they turn to Neva for help, and this is where the Dragon Balls come into play again. According to the leak, Neva upgrades the Tamagamis, making them significantly stronger than before. So now, instead of just dealing with this new villain, Goku and Vegeta also have to fight these enhanced Tamagamis. And while they're busy dealing with that, the villain, now basically a Janemba-like entity, defeats Tamagami 1 on its own. That's when things escalate into the final act. Goku and Vegeta team up to fight this entity for the final Dragon Ball. And they lose. Even together, they're not enough. So what happens next? Neva awakens Super Saiyan 4 within Vegeta. Yeah. According to this leak, Vegeta finally achieves SSJ4 here. Now you've got two Super Saiyan 4 Saiyan fighting together. And it's still not enough. And this is where the biggest fan service moment of the entire leak happens. They fuse. But not with Potara. Not with Metamoran fusion. They use the fusion bugs. And the design of this fusion is described as a mix of everything. Vegeta's armor, Goku's shirt, Vegeto-style pants, and Vegeta's boots. Basically a brand new fusion character with a completely original identity. And it doesn't stop there. This fusion doesn't just go straight to Super Saiyan 4. It transforms through every single Super Saiyan stage, 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 4, before finishing the villain with a massive dragon fist. Now, I'm not gonna lie, reading all of this as a Dragon Ball fan, it sounds hype, like really hype. But here's the problem. This is exactly why it's fake. Because when you actually step back and look at it, this doesn't read like an official Toei project. It reads like fan fiction. It's packed with everything fans want to see. New fusion, Janemba-type villain, Dragon Fist finisher, but it lacks one very important thing. Consistency with Dragon Ball's current direction. There's no connection to Super. No narrative bridge. No long-term setup. It's just a collection of hype ideas stitched together. And that's the biggest red flag. Now let's talk about where this leak actually came from, because this is where things get even more interesting. Before Genki Damatsuri, back in December, I personally received multiple leaks from a French source. One of those leaks was about the Dragon Ball Super remake, and that one actually came with solid proof and evidence, which is why I covered it confidently. But alongside that, there were two other leaks, one about a Daima movie, and another about a live-action original Dragon Ball Netflix series inspired by the One Piece live-action, and both of those turned out to be false. Now here's the important part. I'm not saying the leaker was lying. What's actually happening here is something we see all the time in the Dragon Ball community. Misinformation spreads internally. Even insiders don't always have the full picture. Bits of real info get mixed with assumptions, fan ideas, and speculation. And suddenly, it turns into something that looks real, but isn't. So, yes, a CGI Dragon Ball movie could very well be in development. That part is believable. But this Daima movie plot, completely fake. And I'm telling you this now because a lot of people are expecting this to be revealed at Battle Hour, especially since Super Saiyan 4 Goku is being heavily promoted for the event. But that's not because of a Daima movie, it's because of game content, specifically Fighter Z. And even the fusion design described in the leak looks extremely similar to existing fan art that's been floating around for years. So yeah, just be careful. Because in this fandom, misinformation spreads fast. And sometimes the more hype something sounds, the more likely it is to be fake. Now it's time for shout-out time. My last video did really well, so thank you for the support. Let's do 3 shout-outs again. First shout-out goes to Metal Pipe is Falling, who asked if God Ki would suit Broly. And yeah, it actually would. Second shout-out goes to TrinixJin8039, who said Broly and Kale being emotional explains their power, and that's 100% facts. And the final shout-out goes to Rocky254, who said they love the new Broly. Same here, Super Broly clears Z Broly easily. So yeah, that's about it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're on the road to 10K. Until next time, take care and see ya.